What is up, space pirates? This is your captain, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and we have another example of BioWare and their lackeys being censorious piles of dung because they cannot handle criticism of any kind. Asmongold recently had some negative commentary about Dragon Age the Veilguard, saying, "I feel like Raid Shadow Legends has better graphical style than this game. I mean, this really just looks like a mobile game. I'm gonna say something right now, and it's gonna be super controversial. This looks worse than Concord, and I don't even think that it's close. This is actually worse than Concord." So yeah, Asmongold said all that, and apparently the Dragon Age defenders are none too thrilled about it.
How dare you, you insolent peasant! Nobody talks to me that way! Nobody! Nobody!
In response to his criticism, Asmongold has been banned from the Dragon Age the Veilguard subreddit. He posted on there quite simply, "I'm really excited for Dragon Age the Veilguard," and they banned him and removed the comment. The thing is, these people are weak and thin-skinned little turds who simply cannot handle criticism of any kind. What they want is to clobber us over the head with their weird, ideological crap and then pretend that it's not happening. They want to hear nothing but glowing praise for what they've done. But really, this is what these doofuses sound like to me.
I want you guys to like me, and you look at me like I'm a freak.
That's because you're stupid.
Alright me hearties, make sure you hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We have been getting a ton of new additions to the Buccaneer crew, which is why it is now time for me to ask the following question.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo!
We now have 79,000 space pirate a-holes running amok in this crew, and as is customary on the channel, with every 1,000 subscribers, I add a new ship to the fleet in order to house the newcomers. This time, one of you picked out the Nautiloid from Baldur's Gate 3, which is floating around over here. But if any of you have suggestions for future ships, drop them into the comment section and I will add them to my long list. Super chats get bumped to the top of the list with the other super chats, but in any event, thanks for being here, folks.
I knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes.
But let's look at this Asmongold and Reddit situation, which is pure bullshit. These people simply cannot handle criticism. They don't like that Asmongold has essentially taken a side, that he is generally standing against this perversion of wokeness in our entertainment that is infesting our video games with shit like this here, making a big deal out of pronouns and gender crap in a Dragon Age game where it absolutely makes no sense, and is jarring as hell for someone who just wants to play a game about fighting dragons and demons and stuff like that. As I said before, Asmongold simply said that he was excited for the Veilguard on Reddit. Now, I'm sure there was probably a ton of sarcasm in the subtext of his comment, but that shouldn't exactly be an issue for a moderator on Reddit. Unless, of course, these people just want to hide criticisms and critics of this game as much as possible, which is absolutely the case, because the more people see of this dumpster fire of a game, the less likely they are to spend their money on it. This is the response that Asmongold got from the moderator. It says, "You have been permanently banned from participating in r/Dragon Age because you broke the community rules. You won't be able to post or comment, but you can still view and subscribe." And then it says, Unfortunately, due to too many repeated infractions of our civility and bigotry rules from users of the Asmongold community, we have decided to automatically revoke access to our subreddit as a preventative measure so that our community at large can focus on actual criticisms of the game without getting involved in the war against woke culture. So essentially, they have defined Asmongold and anyone who thinks like him as de facto bigots, and they are refusing to hear anything about wokeness. Apparently, to them, there is no wokeness in this game, despite the fact that the following scene in the game exists. I won't play all of it since many of you have likely seen it before, but here is a taste of what is in Dragon Age the Veilguard.
Ah, shit. They're still holding it. Sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm glad the Lords of Fortune have Tarsh's back.
Oh, Tarsh isn't the first non-binary member of the Lords.
Really?
Yeah, and they go on to spend 2 minutes talking about how to properly apologize for misgendering someone, and yet these jackasses don't want to admit that the game is hyper-political and hyper-focused on a particular ideology. The problem is that these people can't see the forest for the trees, and to them, being a part of this woke forest, so to speak, someone like Asmongold looks like a chainsaw to them. They know that guys like him with his commentary can chop that shit right down, so they have to act preemptively in order to make sure that as few people as possible hear his ideas. And in fairness to Asmongold as well, he isn't hyper-focused on the culture war shit either with his criticism. He criticized the game on a mechanical basis. He said that as a game, it was a failure. In this video that I've got playing in the background, he said, "I don't see how anybody can look at this combat and look at this gameplay and think that it's anything more than garbage. This is some of the worst gameplay that I've ever seen, and I don't even understand how this happened." I want to say again, I don't care about the story, I don't care about these interactions between the characters. This isn't what's important to me. What's important to me is the vibe of the game and the way that it plays, and I think this game has absolutely failed the vibe check. It's not even remotely close. It's like they have the same shield bar that probably makes it to where they can't be staggered like the Hades NPCs. This looks like a mobile game. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills looking at this. So yeah, his criticism isn't necessarily the fact that the game is woke, but that it's just bad. But if there's one thing that Dragon Age and the corporate ass-kissers out there who want them to succeed, if there's anything that they can't handle, it's criticism of any kind. If you say anything that isn't some variety of how stunning and brave they are, then they don't want to hear it, which is why it's so important to keep vocalizing our distaste for this nonsense. But I'm going to leave it there. Drop your mockery of Dragon Age and these thin-skinned fools into the comment section below, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.